Discount, I'm not talking about a financial asset, but the company who sells its shares might have its own operation. Probably he might serving a product or giving a service. Probably he might also offer for the shareholder to use this service and products at a discount than what other people are using. Voting right is also another benefit that shareholders can get from the company. Sometimes shareholders can vote using this technique or voting by proxy, which means when the common stockholders vote by appointing an agent for them rather than directly voting. Shareholders has also a primitive right. This is what a shareholder has. You know that a voting right can be expressed in terms of percentage. So if the company has issued total shares of 100 and if I bought 20 of them, this means I have 20% voting right in that company. When the company wants to issue additional shares, this means the number of common stock issued previously were 100. So if the company wants to add more 100 or if the company wants to issue more numbers of common stocks, that is 100 plus 100, it will be 200. This means finally after the company issues these shares, the total outstanding share of this company will be 200. If I still have if I still have these 20 shares, my voting rights will get down from 20%, means 20 divided by the total common stock issued, which is 20%. It will get down and become 20 divided by 200, which is 10%. So my voting right will decrease from 20% to 10%. To avoid this issue, the company will give its primary equity shareholders a primitive right. This means when the company issues this 100 shares, the first thing that he have to do is primarily to offer these shares for his existing shareholders, depending on their proportion. So depending on my proportion, if the company do not want me to lose my voting rights when he issues these 100 shares, from this 100 issued from this newly issued 100 shares, he will provide these 20 shares for me, or the company gives the priority to buy for of these newly issued shares for his existing shareholders. So if the existing shareholders do not want their voting right to decline, they will accept this offer and buy the shares. For example, if the company offers me from this 100 shares, if the company offers me 20 of these shares, this means I primarily have these 20 shares. When the company issues these 100 shares, he will offer primarily, or he will give the priority for me to buy this. He will offer the shares for me first without offering to the market. So if I bought these 20 shares, I will have 40 shares in total. So this 40 divided by 200, which is the total outstanding shares that are present at this time, I maintain this 20% still. This is what the company should do for me, not to lose or my voting right to decline, to prevent this issue. However, if the company do not give me the priority to buy, for example, other investors might vote this share and my voting right might decline from 20% to 10%. So primitive right is also one of the rights or the benefits that equity shareholders might get. So don't forget the topic we are talking about common stocks, not preferred stocks. There is also something called share repurchase and stock split. Sometimes the company might engage in share-based payment. Share-based payment means, as an usual practice, we pay a cash for a product or service we used from other parties. But after receiving the products or using the service, the company might give its shares rather than paying the cash for the service provider. If the company is doing this will increase the total shares outstanding because a new member is invited as a company's shareholder, which is the service provider. This will decrease the earning per share. If the company gets a profit, he will distribute to its shareholders in forms of dividend or a capital gain. However, when the members becomes too much, this profit will be distributed to many shareholders, might decrease earning.